This was not fun. Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I'm taking on the draw things you really don't like and basically hate challenge. Hate's just a really strong word, so I really dislike these supplies. So much so that I actually had to go out and buy some because I don't have them with me anymore. So I ended up buying some charcoal pencils, and it came with a fresh eraser. However, I felt like that's kind of cheating because I actually like those erasers, so instead I have replaced it with a really old, hard, crusty, gross one, and I used that for this challenge. As you can tell, I'm filming this after I already did it and suffered, and yeah. I've had these for years and I've never really used them. It's soft pastels, and you can tell that it's super dusty and like really gross. So like chalk pastels basically, and I've used these a couple times, but it's just so messy and I don't know how to do it. Okay, if you are a pastel artist, I apologize in advance. I don't know how to use these products, so just prepare yourself for some cringe. You're welcome to tell me tips. I would appreciate it, like, if you gave it, but I'm probably never gonna use this product again, so you can save yourself some typing and just be like, wow, Sam, I'm really disappointed in your use of chalk pastels. Same with charcoal. I've never really used charcoal, maybe like once or twice. It also came with these spongy, foamy things, so there's that. And the star of the show, the #1 product that I really don't like, this sketchbook, which is the worst available sketchbook ever, apparently. I didn't even notice I wrote on the back. I'll flip through the sketchbook in a second because I've actually used this before and I had stopped because this paper is indescribably bad. Right, so these are all the supplies that I will be using, and here we go. Alright, so before I get too far into this whole challenge thing, I just wanted to quick show you guys what my sketchbook looks like in its current state, where I have scribbled all over it, where this picture is a lie and it's not suitable for sketches, school and office projects. It's not extra heavy, and it's bad support and not drawing paper, and it's bad impressions, and it's a stupid sketch diary. I was very angry as a child, so I estimated this was around 2003 or 2004, and this is a drawing from a long ago story I've since abandoned, and I wish I could describe, like I wish I had the words to describe what this paper feels like, aside from just crap. If you guys have been here a while, you know that I don't care about paper, and I'll just use computer paper, or I'll just use whatever paper, and I'm fine with pretty much working with anything. This paper is so bad. It's a weird texture. It's almost kind of like soft but uncomfortable. Like the best way I can probably put it is to, like, if you go into a store and you see like a really fluffy blanket and you're like, oh wow, that looks really soft, and you go and you touch it and it's just not. You just feel lied to and betrayed. That's probably the closest I can describe this paper. Anyway, I had a website. I do have a website nowadays, but I've had many websites, but for this one, I was tracking how many people visited, and over 50 people visited, and I said bad, do not use, so I guess sorry, did it so fast, it's so bad. It's alright. I like that I didn't hide any of the hands, look at that. And even the feet. Oh, 35, yeah. I was big into the Inuyashas back in the day. Anyway, so there was an attempt to use this sketchbook. This empty space is bothering me so much. This was an original character I've since abandoned. And then here's where I start getting angry, I think. Like, I think I was getting angry, but I was like fighting through it because I think this was a gift. And then I start getting angry. I try again. I do some more pictures. This is supposed to be Moroku's hand thing, and then Inuyasha's necklace, and there's the Shiko no Tama right there. And more angry. I don't know what these dots are, but they're there. And here's the glorious part where I write one word per page about how angry I am. So let's go through this together. This sketchbook paper is crap. Comma. Oh, I tried to write a curse word in German and I totally spelt it wrong. Another comma, and is going with an special invitation to the burning, I skipped a page, party, exclamation point, exclamation point. Oh, it's a smiley face that's supposed to go with the 2 dots. Yeah, it looks kind of like that. If you guys can see that, I drew that really small. And then L, exclamation point. And I think that's it. I think, oh, we have secret paper in here. Oh, this was from an Inuyasha video game I played online. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. I don't know why that's there. Anyway, so I definitely have plenty of pages to work with in this sketchbook. Oh, I did some pen testing in the back, but so yeah, I used this many pages. It's essentially all just a waste, and I have this many more pages to waste. So without further ado, let's get out the tissues, and I'm gonna start crying. Okay. All right, so starting off, I am just taking out the supplies, and then I'm going to be testing them on a separate sheet of paper, just because, 1, I haven't used these supplies in a very, very long time, and 2, I kind of don't know at all how these are going to interact with each other, so I don't know if this is kind of cheating in the challenge to, like, do a test page first, but hey, all right, even if it is cheating, I appreciated doing this just to help me kind of get into the feel of how these products work and all that. And actually, kind of funnily enough, as I was using the charcoal, it didn't feel all that bad. So maybe I should try charcoal again in the future, kind of give it another shot. I do have these charcoals now. I feel like it's kind of been influenced slightly with the graphite portraits that I was doing. So I kind of don't really like graphite anymore either, but I kind of didn't want to use graphite in this just because I still kind of use graphite with just normal sketching and then erasing. So that's why I picked charcoal. And then I also don't know if you're supposed to even use that foamy, spongy, whatever thing that came with the kit or not. Like if that's just there to prevent the chalk from spreading or just to keep it cushioned. But I figured I'd YOLO and just try it out. So if you're not supposed to use that, my bad. I used it anyway. So yeah, I drew a little picture at the bottom just to kind of test out the supplies, and I don't know how to use chalk. I really don't. Like, I know I've seen people use chalk before, how they do like crazy mixing stuff, and like, I don't know, like, I don't get it. I don't know. I'd have to look more into how to do it, but I don't like the medium, so I'm not gonna. But anyway, this was just a little test thumbnail, and I'm drawing Mano, by the way, in case you don't recognize him. Just an OC of mine who I pretty much draw for basically all of my art challenges. I also wanted to note that I did also use spray fixative, and it's the same fixative product that I used in my last video. Just it's the only one I have. And it did kind of alter the colors just a touch. I know fixative can do that, but that was just kind of my first experience with it actually doing that. But it does help kind of seal in the charcoal and the chalk so it doesn't get everywhere. It still rubs off, but it's nowhere near to the extent that it would without it. So that was nice. And then here we go. Here's me starting the charcoal drawing, and my god, did that eraser really not do much of anything. Okay, so I talked a little bit about the charcoal. The charcoal wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I was kind of expecting worse. I kind of treated it essentially like a pencil, like graphite, which I probably shouldn't have. And I know there's a part later on in the video when I do a little bit of shading on Mano, and it's very cringeworthy.
I'm aware it's even cringeworthy for graphite, but I was just not feeling it at that point, so it's just kind of scratchy, but whatever. Then the chalk pastel kind of basically went exactly as I was expecting it to. And then the sponge foam thing. Okay, to get back on that, I'm kind of scattered right now. I'm reliving all this trauma. Anyway, after using it, I really feel like you're probably not supposed to have used it because it just brutalized the chalk that was on the paper and it really picked it up. It didn't really blend anything. It just looked like a hot mess. So I ended up trying out the white chalk, the white chalk, and using that over the other chalk because I've done that before with colored pencil. I would hesitate to recommend it just because there is the colorless blender for colored pencil, which I would probably place up higher than a white colored pencil because it does change the color. If you use any color, you're going to change the color when you burnish with it, which is why I recommend the colorless blender for colored pencil. But anyway, for the chalk, it did change the color, but it was workable. It still was fine, and it worked out way better than that stupid foamy, spongy, whatever thing. I should say foam, because it's way more like foam than it is like a sponge, but whatever. Anyway, that thing was just I should not have. Like, it's so cringe to watch it now, because like, this is a mistake. But I didn't know. So it was worth trying out just to see. But I figured out pretty early on, like basically as I was doing this, I was like, I am doing everything wrong. It's just not working. But using the white helped a lot later on. And yeah, so there was that. I didn't really know how to blend. I didn't really know how to layer. I didn't know anything, but that's just a lot of it is the ignorance of not knowing how to use the medium and the tools. So there's that. So after that, the other main issue, the thing that brought me the most amount of issues was the paper. And that was just so bad. The paper was by far the worst thing. I totally forgot how bad this paper was. As I was using it, I started to kind of remember, like even as I was flipping through it, I kind of remembered how bad it was. But my God, was it like so bad? I wanted to actually kind of keep going with this. I kind of wanted to work more on it just to see if I could get in some more details and kind of clean things up a little bit. But I couldn't. Like, the paper would not let me. Even the first layers that I was putting down, like initially, it was already tearing up the paper. I could see little bits of paper coming up. Like, I don't know what else I could have done because I couldn't keep using this paper. It was just falling apart, little scraps kind of just going everywhere. And I did what I could. So had I had different paper that was probably more meant for chalk and charcoal and stuff, I probably could have gone a couple more layers in. But and I also did spray fixative on top of this as well, and it did kind of alter the colors and the same result. It kind of darkened everything just a touch. And yeah, just the paper was by far the worst thing about this challenge. And if you do see this sketchbook and you really want to experience it, you're welcome to go ahead and check it out. I'll put links in the description to the supplies that I use in this video. I mean, if you want decent paper, like I really don't recommend this paper. Like, this paper is infinitely worse than computer paper. Like, I've done watercolor on computer paper before. No joke. That was a way better experience than doing this on this paper. So that's how bad this was. 0 out of 10, do not recommend unless you want to be tortured like I was. All in all though, end of the day, I am still glad that I did this challenge. I'm still glad I gave these supplies a chance because, I mean, 1, it's a nice reminder of how bad this paper is, and 2, it's a nice reminder that I should probably donate these chalk pastels to a school or something. And 3, that I would like to give charcoal another chance and see what goes on with there. And yeah, so I'm glad I did this challenge. And that's about it. That's all I got for you guys.
All right, that's it for this challenge, and here's the finished piece. I mean, like I said, I would have liked to have worked more on it, but the paper was just not it. There's little bits all over. I don't even know how the cover is like this colored pencil, like chalk looking thing. Like this was barely used at all when I was doing my layering, and it's just falling apart. So I don't know how they did that, but they're way better than me apparently. So like I mentioned, these are definitely not my favorites, but if you'd like to know what supplies I tend to favor and I tend to use most often, I'll put a link in the description to that video where I cover those supplies. If you try this challenge, you can let me know in the comments down below. I wish you the best of luck. And if you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button and check me out on other social medias because I'm not really all too active on YouTube. I tend to be way more active on Twitter and Twitch, so if you're on those and you want more of this, yeah. Alright, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm gonna go now. So, hope you enjoyed, and thanks so much for watching! Bye!